Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. We explained in our last lesson what al-Nisab al-Arba' means. Again, for fiqh, turn it off please. For fiqh, for fiqh and other subjects, maybe you might not need to be catching up or anything else, but for this you have to catch up. If you are absent, you have to ask me for the recording so you can be up to date. If you were away last week, I'm asking you, what's the Nisab al-Arba'? What's the four relations? You're going to scratch your heads. Logic is, in this case, for example, maybe for you, for most of you, it's a one-off thing. You study, you're not going to study again, maybe. I hope that you do. But if you don't have the good command of logic now, you never will. And you don't want gaps in what it is that you're learning. So that's why I keep on asking everyone, make sure you're asking me for the recordings, me uploading the recordings, and all these other things. Okay? Please make sure you are up to date. If you are absent, you catch up. When we were speaking about the four relations, we can obviously see that in anything that we want to relate with anything else, there has to be some kind of nisbah or relation between them. Either that relation is relation of tasawi, or umum wa khusus mutlaq, or umum wa khusus min wajh, or tabayun, tadad, completely opposite to one another, right? Let's start with the reading. Okay, Mustafa Khalidi, can you please read?
If the relation between different universal concepts is taken into consideration, there will be a connection of parts of the concept with the confirmation.
Masadiq of others. So what did we say Mizdaq means? Mizdaq is the opposite of the mafhum. The Mizdaq is the application, those things that you are connecting one with, in, of course, the external world, in the external world, right?
This relation between them will be of four kinds. Equal relation. This is
what did we call equal relation? What do we call it in Arabic? Tasawi. So hopefully you've written that down right next to equal. Tasawi.
This is between two totally corresponding concepts in its application, like the concept of human being and the concept of rational. The concept of human coincides with all of the applications denoting the rational, and the concept of rational denotes all the application of human.
Yani anything of a human, everything of a human is everything of rational. And everything of rational is everything of a human. Absolutely equal between one and the other.
This can be represented in the example of two identical circles with each other, general and specific without exception.
What's this called? Al-Mutlaq. Yes.
This is the relation where one is applicable to all the implications of the other and more. But the other concept is not applicable except for some of the implications of the first. Like the concept of the animal and the human, as the concept of the animal is applicable to all the implications of the human and more, but the concept of human is not applicable except for some of the implications of the animal.
So everything of an animal is that of a human, and not everything of a human is that of a animal. Why? Because al-insan, as we say, is a hayawan, but a haywanun natiq. Al-insan haywanun natiq. What did we say natiq means? Rational. So a human being is a rational animal. A rational animal. Does rationality apply to any other animal? The answer is no. What about a babaga? What's a babaga, Ya Ali? Kookaburra? Kookaburra. Is a babaga a kookaburra? No. What is a babaga? A parrot. You didn't say it. You said kookaburra, Ali. Okay. Huh? Kookaparrot. Yeah. So, what about with a parrot who says words, who speaks? Nutq again. Nutq does not mean in our common Arabic language when we say yuntuq, it means they verbally speak. No, we're not talking about that. We are talking about the ability to rationalize. Now, yes, you might see a chimpanzee or, for example, even an octopus that is able to make calculations or put this color in this particular place, etc., etc. But that is only after they have been instructed 1,000,000 times by, for example, whoever is teaching them, right? It doesn't know. Some humans are not like that. It does. Yeah, some people. Yeah, you're right. Some people are like chimpanzees. You need to teach them 1,000,000 times to do something, and they still don't learn. But in general, with a human being, with their ability to rationalize, they are able to deduct things inherently, naturally. Yes, some people slower than someone else. We need to learn as well, but we are also able to make quick judgments. We are able to calculate. We are able to think on our own. We are able to decide on our own and all of these other things, right? We are able to invent things as well. Yeah, and you don't see, for example, animals inventing this and inventing that. You might say, okay, well, there are animals who can make fire. مثلا, there are animals who can make fire. Okay, they can make fire, but can they make electricity out of fire? Can they do this? Can they do that? Right? So this is where we understand that here al-Natiqiyya is not only a matter of verbal communication, but rationalizing, being the intelligent species, right? Now, of course, in English, maybe you're not familiar with using this kind of language. A human is an animal, right? We would replace the word animal with species, مثلا, for example, the human species, right? But here we're talking about the custom of our Islamic tradition in logic, and even in Aristotelian logic as well, from Aristotle's time, where they use these kind of expressions, where the definition of al-insan is haywanun natiq. Okay, carry on. So everything of an animal is a human, and not everything of what a human has is in every animal.
General and specific from a perspective.
من وجه.
This is when two concepts are applicable to a certain implication of one another, and that both concepts share some implications from one aspect and differ from other implications from another aspect, like the concept of a bird and the concept of life. This can be presented as two circles that connect on one side over the other.
What is the nisbah? What is the relation between this pencil case and a magpie? What is the nisbah? The nisbah is umum wa khusus min wajh, general and specific from a perspective. Why? Because they both share one thing and they both differ in other things. What is it that they share between each other? The color black. But they are different from other aspects. From other aspects. Right? Carry on.
Opposite relation, tabayun. This is when the relation between two concepts has no association in what it shares in its implication, like the concept of human being and the concept of Allah. And this can be presented as two circles beside each other and does not add anything in comparison.
Okay. Human and rock. What's another example of something that in its relation it is completely conflicting and contradictory and opposite to one another? A what? You sure?
Camera has legs.
Yeah, but like, do you put your book on a camera?
Yeah, they have commonalities. For example, pieces of metal, right? What's an example? A wall and a cat. Very good. Huh? Human and rock can have the same color.
Black rock?
Why have to be racist for?
You're the one that's been mentioning black every single example.
Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen.